Howdy y'all, Moglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, why are you on? Trying to kill me. So, yeah, I've got I got about 15 minutes or so before my latest batch of gunpowder is ready. Uh, let's go ahead and add those right in there now. So we're gonna let that go and do its thing. And while it's doing its thing, I am going to check out my stats because I got a couple of points to spend here, and I think I need to take a little more care looking over my trees before I spend them. I got 2 points. Alright, so obviously 2 points add to perception. Perception would increase ranged weapon damage and accuracy. So that's not bad. 5% damage increase. Gunslinger increases fire rate for handguns. I could probably get a couple of notches into that. Faster reloading wouldn't be bad. Automatic weapons also I could put points into for faster reloading. That wouldn't be bad. I don't have any of that stuff. Boom headshot, of course, is always a good one, but that wants perception level 7. That actually would be a good one to go for. So I'm probably going to put my points into upping perception. Hip fire accuracy is improved. Let's see. I'm at 4 strength. I do use my melee from time to time, but I put a bunch of points into this to reduce melee and tool stamina usage. Killing blows grant 50 stamina. It's not a bad perk there at the bottom. I put 0 points into carrying stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. As much carrying as you gotta do, you'd think I might have put some points in that. Flurry of blows, deep cuts. I don't have any points in that. Stay down, no points. Heavy metal, no points. Skull crusher. Blows to the head do 40%. I probably should have put more points into that too. Miner 69er wouldn't be bad for all the mining I'm currently doing to try and get supplies. I don't know that I really need much in here. Healing factor's nice. I do like healing factor, especially when you get it up into the higher points. I have done that before. Because I do have 7 points into this because I needed living off the land to make. I wanted to get to this crafting mutated seeds, and then I don't craft any mutated seeds. Maybe we should look for that today. I should look for where the mutated seeds are. I read that they're on a farm someplace. So we got agility. The only thing I put points into was cardio to up my stamina regen while running. So I don't have a lot of points into that. And then intellect, of course, where all the crafting is done. I've got that full of points. So I'm going to go with the points into perception, I think. We'll do that, which takes both my points. And so we need 3 points for the next level. And so I will start saving up for that. Although I am level 80. Oh, no, it's like level 100. So yeah, I've got plenty of time. So let's go out and see if we can't find this farm. Although it is getting pretty late in the day, but that's okay. We'll go see if we can't find this farm. I don't actually know where it's at. but I do know it's like it's not the normal farm, if I remember correctly from what I read. Because the mutated crops are like super corn or something like that, and you can't mutate them yourself. I don't think you have to find them first, and obviously I've never found any because they only come from that one weird farm, which I am not particularly sure where that farm is at. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. So what we'll do is we'll drive down here. We'll drive down here and head south, I think. So we'll skip the first turn and head to the second one. I saw the. I never thought of doing that before. I don't know if you. I don't think you really do that, but they've got new powered drawbridges. I saw a little clip of, and so they did a cool thing where they hooked up motion sensors to it, and so the motion sensor lowers the drawbridge so you can just drive right in. I thought that was pretty cool. A little addition to 7 Days to Die. I said I was going to skip to the second one. So that's the next one here. We didn't get to play any D&D this week. I think I talked about that last episode. The guy who runs the games, he was out of town. He was in Toronto, and which is out of the country actually for us. But I live pretty close to Canada, so it's not weird for someone just to hop over the border for me. It's probably like living in Texas and Arizona and California. People probably hop back and forth all the time on a regular basis. It's only about a 45-minute drive, I think. I just broke that bridge. To get to that bridge is falling apart. I'll tell you what. I keep breaking chunks out of it as I drive over it. But it's not far at all to get to Canada from here. Yeah. So, anyways, he was gone. We didn't get to play, which is a shame because I love playing D&D, and nobody seems to want to really play it. Even me sometimes. Okay. Now this is a weird Bob's Boars, Carl's Corn. This might be the place. Oh, I gotta get some more supplies here. Okay, I need one bedroll, please. So, I was, No Man's Sky, right? I've talked about this game before. Um, No Man's Sky is one of those great stories of the video game industry, right? It's like, um, oh shoot, what was the name of that game? Oh, I don't remember the name of the game. There's a game that I did on my channel, and oh, it says it's unlocked. Oh, you know what? That just takes me back in there. There does not appear to be a lot of corn. Oh, there does appear to be a lot of dog kennels, though. I don't like that. Is this metal? Yeah. Um, Man, I can't remember the name of it. But it was all right. It wasn't anything spectacular, and it makes me a little sad. I'm a fan of the. This is not No Man's Sky. This is a different. Oh, right there's a boar. This is a different game. But there's a baseball player who's a huge fan um, of EverQuest, the MMO, and so he decided to make his own MMO, and so he got a bunch of money together and got like a huge loan from Maine or Maryland, and so uh, and then proceeded to spend all the money, and so the game never came to be, the MMO game. But to make money, they took the engine and stuff, and some of the I need Carl's corns, not like that's corn, but that's not the kind of corn I'm looking for. You got a weird corn back over here, do you? I don't know what it looks like. To be honest, maybe this is the corn. Maybe this isn't the right spot. But I thought it'd be like in this little garden area here. Oh, you know what? There's some corn right here behind the fence. I wonder if this is it. Actually, is this open door down here? Yeah. No. So so they made a single player game, and based off of what they had. No, it was dead corn, dead corn, dead corn, dead corn, corn plant. None of this is super corn. I'm gonna guess this is not the farm. Alright, well, let's head back in the truck then. And we'll keep driving until we find another place with corn. So, I don't know why I can't remember the name of that game. It was alright. It was not very. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it was a tad boring for parts of it because it was very empty. It was like they started to put the game together and then they just quit. Which makes sense because they did go out of business before they could get their actual game out. But what's crazy to me, what's crazy to me, is that they had super famous writer named nope, don't I'm not gonna remember. I'm terrible at telling this story because I can't remember any of the facts. Um, he writes the Dritz books. I read his books. I have a lot of his books, but they paid this really famous writer. Seriously, man? Oh, I'm out of gas. I'm like, why is my truck stopping? I hit that guy and then it immediately ran out of gas. And so he wrote like hundreds of thousands of pages. Maybe not hundreds of thousands. 10,000? I think 10,000 pages. Might have been 100,000 pages of lore and backstory for things that happened in this world to flesh it out. And it never got used. And so that's always one of my favorite game stories. And so No Man's Sky is another one that was super interesting to me. Um, and I never really got into it. I played it when it first came out a little bit, but I never never shelled out the money to buy it, and um, so now it's like 3 years later, 3 years later, and they finally have I don't know how fleshed out it is because I haven't played it since the opening, but there's a lot more to the game now, and a lot of it is stuff that was promised. If you go back and look at the old stuff about No Man's Sky, it was crazy, like 40 pages of stuff that the guy in charge of the game said was going to be in the game, and then when it came out, none of it was in there. Uh, and and so now a lot more of what he had promised is in there. And but I got the VR headset that I've talked about multiple times, and so I was really looking forward to any game that does VR. And so I caught No Man's Sky. Not only was it on sale, but I also had a store credit. And so between the sale and the store credit and a discount coupon that I had, I only paid $15 for No Man's Sky a couple of weeks ago, and so I was looking forward to 25 bucks, $15. I think it was $15, and so because I heard they were gonna adapt it to VR, and so I have spent a couple of hours yesterday and a couple of hours today playing. Most of today was trying to fix my settings. Ooh, here's another place. No, this is a gas station. This is not a corn place. Free manure. Nope. I don't want free manure. I want super corn. So yesterday when I played it, it was decent. VR is a little blurry to me a lot of the time, and so it's hard to get it tweaked just right. I mean, I'm used to playing, on a monitor, and so the monitor is very clear. It's I honestly can't think of a single time I played a game that wasn't blurry on purpose on the flat screen monitor, or even the old, CRT monitors from back in the day. I don't recall playing a blurry game that wasn't blurry on purpose necessarily. Like you might have low resolution, so it's pixelated, but it's still not blurry, and so I don't understand it's not pixelated in VR, it's blurry. And so it's weird because everything is like soft blurry, not like pixelated blurry. Not all games. Not all games. I've played several games that aren't blurry at all, and with my headset and my video card now, I quite easily most of the games run quite easily and don't have any kind of blur to them, and so No Man's Sky is blurry and it's not running well, and so I was trying to figure out how to fix it. And so I played a bunch yesterday, getting used to the controls and stuff, and it wasn't blurry per se, but I thought it could be crisper. And I was having a little bit of not lag, but not really stuttering, but low frame rate probably, and so it felt like it was laggy, and not in the I've lost connection to the network kind of way, but in the I feel like this should be moving faster kind of way. And so I wanted to play around with the settings, and so I did that, yesterday. I looked up what people were saying, how to fix it and stuff. And, you know, I was going to go cross country here, but I'm not sure that was the best idea. And, this is weird. What's up with these weird rock pillars? And so, I just wanted to cut south to that other road instead of driving all the way back. Come on, truck. Come on, truck. Need me a Land Rover to get through here. And so, I might end up having to stop and kill those zombies and dig a path. I am not seeing a... Nope, I am gonna have to dig a little spot here. Not the first time I've had to do something like this. Oh man. I might just end up driving back because if those zombies come over here, I'm going to be in trouble. Because it is nighttime. And, so, you know, I'm reading different things, different settings to try, and so I applied a couple of them last night, but I also fiddled with some stuff that never quite understand my settings. And there's stuff I just never bothered to learn what it means, you know? And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know what this does, I better not change this setting. Oh, this one I think I understand, I'm going to change this setting. So whatever I did last night, and I don't know what I did because the settings last night look the same to me today as they were when I quit last night, except for the fact that I lowered the texture detail somewhat. I don't know if that is... This top here looks like it might be still too sharp. And whatever happened when I got on today, after I was done with work, was terrible. Terrible. The sky was... Everything was wobbly. Like it wasn't blurry. It was like every single thing that was being rendered separately and at a different setting. And so you look up the sky, right? The sky's all blurry, and the clouds move like when you turn your head, right? It's VR, so it's you turn your head, your whole screen moves with your head. And so when I look across the sky, it was like this whole sky was being rendered, and then at a separate speed than the ground. And so the sky would like lag behind as I was turning my head. And so it was like, this doesn't seem right. Okay, I wonder if I can make it up here now. I almost made it up, so... Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Come on, you can do it. Haha. Come on. just get over this little couple of bumps here. There's the road. There's the road. I made it. I made it. I made it. Oof. Alright. I didn't get killed. So that's a big plus. So, and then like the you got a HUD, right? And so the HUD, parts of the HUD would move when you turn your head, and parts of the HUD would lag behind, just like screen tearing, basically. I guess is what it's called. So I was getting a little bit of screen tearing, but it wasn't really screen tearing like I'm used to. And so it was like it was keeping up, but it was keeping up uh, like it was like a race, right? And so like me turning the head is the gun going off, pow. Everybody starts running. Some people are running faster than others, and so everything is rendering like that. And so it's just really weird when everybody starts moving, but they start moving at slightly separate times. They move at the same speed, but they started at slightly different times, and so it was very bizarre, and everything was just a little blurry. And so I'm like, I don't know what I did, but I broke it. Yeah, I did not see where this magic corn is. Alright, I'm gonna go south. I'm gonna head back to home because I can't be hanging out here in the dark. And my gunpowder might be ready to finish off those bullets. So I go online and I'm looking for what to do and how to fix it, and so I did. It took me like 2 hours today. I'll admit some of it was just playing the game, but it took me like two. I did. I played it. It was all blurry and wobbly, and I still played it. Um, I don't know if it's fun yet. It's just very cool in VR. Uh, it's a survival game. It's not too much unlike. It might be a little more difficult than I'd prefer. This run through is not bad. I started one when I bought it a couple of weeks ago, probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and it's all randomly generated, and so oh, see, just smashed apart that bridge there, and okay, so we can go forward through town, but then we'll have to take a left early. And so like a couple of weeks ago when I started, the first world I started on had toxic rain. Just constant toxic clouds, toxic rain, stuff like that. And so it was very hard to stay alive. And that was just starting the game. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And so you've got like environmental shields on your suit, but they require you to keep loading them with raw materials, and so it just felt like my whole game was hunting down the materials to fill my suit so that I could even venture a few feet away. Finally, I did manage to get my ship repaired so that I could leave the first planet, and then it's like, go to the second planet. I'm like, alright, finally we can get off this planet. The second planet was radioactive. It was even deadlier than the first one. And I'm like, these are my tutorial planets. Why are these my tutorial planets? So I started over with the VR, and I ended up on an ice planet. So it's cold, but it's not as bad. Also, I think I accidentally set myself to a harder setting. I don't think I understood what I didn't read. That's the problem right there. I didn't read. And so I thought that I was choosing the survival game, but it wasn't survival game. It was just what they call their difficulty. It's all survival. The first one's normal, and then survival, and then whatever permadeath I think is the third one, and then creative mode. I don't want to play in creative mode. I don't like to play in creative mode. Um, but not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my style. And so yeah, so it's been a little easier this time around because the two first planets I was on are ice planets. And way long time ago when I played, my first planet was like a Terra planet, and so it was easy. And I did feel like you don't get enough supplies from the stuff. Again, I don't know why. It's not as bad as Ark, which is what I would kind of compare it to. Um, but it's you get a little bit more supplies than you do in Ark, but it's still a lot of supplies to do stuff. And and because everything's randomly generated, the stuff you need might not be on the planet you're on, which is a little crazy. But yeah, I finally did get the settings corrected. But yeah, No Man's Sky, it was just a crazy story when it first came out, and oh, I it's one of the ones that I like to bring up when we're playing something and it's a little buggy or uh, the guys I'm playing with don't like the way a feature works. I always be like, hey, at least it wasn't No Man's Sky at launch, where they just didn't have any of the stuff they promised. How long I stick with it, I don't know, but it's all right. I thought about doing a series on it, but I thought everybody's gonna be doing a series on it, so I didn't. I didn't bother, I guess. I wish the lights on this truck worked. Why don't the lights on this truck work? It's got so many lights. Still, we got my lights, so I got big shadows everywhere. Weird. Yeah, I was playing Skyrim in VR, and I went to play that the other night, and I can't because something happened to the controls, and I can't move. I don't know what happened. It's weird. It's very bizarre. Uh, I looked out on the index controllers. A lot of people have problems with their index controllers, but I don't have any problem with mine so far. I do have my headset has a bad speaker on it. What? What? Oh man, I got some glitching going on. That's some weird glitching. I don't know what that was all about. Alright, how we do? Did we get done with the... Hey, we finished. Alright. I would like to make some more bullets. Oh. Uh. Oh. Uh-oh. I am out of brass. I've used up all my brass. That's not great. That's not the button I want. Speaking of Arc, I keep hitting T on here to try and move stuff because on Arc, T is for transfer. Oh, look, you've got brass right here. And so every time I hit T, of course, it opens the chat, which is not what I'm after. At all. Man, where's that super corn? You know, let's speed that up a little bit. We'll let that cook through. But, yeah. I was trying to think if there was anything else. Man, it rained today. I was not expecting it to rain. The weather totally did not say it was going to rain. I had all these plans for what I was going to do with my afternoon. I got up early. I got done with work early. I was going to go get the lawn mowed and get it out of the way. It rained all day. Casings. Not great. Only another 60. It's not going to leave me a lot of bullets. Hopefully my blade traps can take care of most of the zombies. My blade traps and my barbed wire. I'm kind of hoping to use the blade traps and the barbed wire. I probably will take some shots at the zombies as they come in. Obviously, I'd like to get some XP, and that doesn't happen if you let the machines do it. Oh man, look at how much gunpowder. Although I don't have a lot of bullets either. Oof, I need more lead. I need gunpowder. Lead I can get. Brass I don't think you can mine. I don't think that's a thing. Oh man, so last episode I went to end the episode. Well, after I was done with the episode, I played some more. And just as I went to log off, I saw on my compass supply crate came down. And when I exited the game and came back in, I exited the game and I'm like, oh, I need to. Oh, I'm getting some weird stuff there. Also, I have zombies. Zombies aren't over here. Nope. I totally forgot what I was saying. I got distracted by the zombies. But I did miss out on that supply crate, which is a shame. Some of them are coming this way. Totally too soon. Yep. Yep, come with me. Come with... Oh. Come with me. And you will see Death and annihilation. Why aren't... There you go. They came through the base. Don't I have... Don't fall off now. They'll kill you. I kind of want to get down there, though. Nope, 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 nope. There's a little precursor to tomorrow. Ow. Yeah, there's no way I'm not rubbing myself against barbed wire. Did we get anybody inside? Look at, I'm having some kind of weird thing going on in my base where it's trying to convert it into outside. I thought that was doing it as well, but... Oh no, it's over here. I don't know if that's a video glitch or a terrain glitch. That was weird. Alright, well, I think this is probably where I'm going to call it for the night. I don't know if we'll... I might speed through tomorrow to get to Horde Night, because Horde Night's a little more fun, I think, than being too nervous to leave my base because Horde Night's coming. So, alright, with that, click like if you like, subscribe and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.